This is unbelievable. The two of you continuing to betray Eric.
We're not betraying Eric. I'm sorry, didn't Justin tell you?
Tell us what? It's pretty obvious what's going on here.
I would expect this from you, Quinn. But you, Carter?
Let's just hold on. Let's calm down and actually start listening to each other.
Listen to what? More excuses, more lies?
Justin caught you, right? Which proves once again that you cannot be trusted, ever.
I was right.
Which is more important to you than the actual truth?
Truth? From you?
Will you accept it coming from me?
From you? Yeah, a couple of months ago, for sure. I trusted you with my life.
I realize
How do you do that to my dad? How do you do that? Man who opened his heart to you, his business, his family. You just throw it back in his face, not once, but twice.
It's not true.
Not true. Justin caught you in bed together. When you promised Eric that it was over, he believed you. He took you back, Quinn. And then what? You crawl back in bed with Carter at your first opportunity, sneaking around?
We are not sneaking around.
Listen to what Quinn is trying to tell you.
Why should we?
So that we can talk about what's actually going on here instead of your wrong assumptions. Carter and I are not sleeping together behind Eric's back. I'm telling you. He knows all about it.
Okay, I am officially confused. First, what could you possibly have to feel ashamed about? And second, you want to tell me the truth about you and Quinn and Carter? Eric, what's going on? What are you talking about?
Katie, this is a conversation that we're going to have here that is not easy for me. I'm going to ask you to be patient and bear with me, okay?
Are you okay? Has Quinn done something to hurt you again?
Quinn and I are fine.
You say that to protect her, even when it's not true. I know how heartbroken you were when you found out about Quinn and Carter, how betrayed. I mean, honestly, I still don't understand how you forgave her.
Well, there's a lot more to the story than you understand, or that anybody understands.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
There's a reason that Quinn turned to Carter. And part of the blame goes to me.
You really expect us to believe that Eric knows you're sleeping with Carter? Now, I mean, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's the truth.
What about you? You going along with that lie?
It's not a lie.
What happened to you? You used to be this great, upstanding guy until this one got her hooks in you.
No one's got their hooks in me, Rich. Quinn is telling you the truth. Eric knows about everything.
No one's buying it.
Enough! Okay, enough. I hate that you've brought us to this point. This actually feels like the real betrayal of Eric, but I don't have any other choice. No. The truth is, Eric wants me to be with Carter.
Eric, you cannot blame yourself for Quinn's affair with Carter. I mean, it's not like you gave her a permission slip. She made a conscious choice to sleep with another man. That is her fault and her fault alone.
Katie, she felt neglected.
Oh, is she a child? Because we all feel neglected sometimes. That gives her no excuse to break the heart of the person who loves her most.
There were extenuating circumstances. There was a distance between us.
Clearly something is going on. I wish you would tell me what it is.
I was not able to be the husband that she wanted or the husband that she deserved.
What are you talking about? You are everything that she could possibly want. You are loving, you are forgiving. How could she be anything but fulfilled?
Katie, I wasn't able to, I wasn't able...
To what?
I wasn't able to perform in the bedroom. I have erectile dysfunction. I was seriously hoping I would never have to say that again, but I was I was in denial about it at first, and I made excuses for not touching her, and I pushed her away at first, and now she knows now.
I'm so sorry you're having to deal with this.
Yeah.
It must be very difficult for you and for Quinn, but it's no excuse for having an affair with Carter. It's just not.
No, not the first time.
The first time? Eric, are you telling me that it's happening again? Are you serious? I mean, I can't believe this. You tell Quinn about what you're going through, and her response is to jump into bed with Carter?
It's okay.
What kind of woman does that?
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. How can it be okay?
Look, just because my sex life is over doesn't mean that hers has to be.
Are you saying that you condoned the affair?
More than that, Katie. It was my idea.
Now I get it. My dad wants you to be with Carter. What kind of twisted, wishful thinking is that?
It's crazy. No man wants his wife to be with somebody
Let me
else.
ask you something. You don't feel ashamed by any of this? After what he's done, he's trusted you, he's shielded you, protected you,
He loved you.
and this is how you repay him?
Don't know what you're talking about, either one of you.
There's a whole backstory to this.
There's a backstory. I didn't know there was a backstory. Let's hear that.
Oh, this gotta be good.
Eric and I were having difficulties in our marriage.
That's the backstory? It's a marriage. That's what happened.
I thought it was just residual disappointment from the whole Shauna thing, and it would blow over, but it didn't go away, and I couldn't understand why my husband wouldn't be my husband anymore.
What are you even talking about, Quinn?
Eric can't make love to me.
That doesn't really surprise me, given the terrible way you treat him.
No, Brooke. Physically. Eric has erectile dysfunction.
What kind of game are you playing,
It's
Quinn?
true. I wish it wasn't.
You would have told me.
No, he wouldn't, because he's sensitive about it. Ridge, God, wouldn't you be?
You knew about this?
Eventually.
Oh, okay. Well, then it must be true, right?
It's true.
Okay. So instead of having some compassion for your husband, being there as a supportive wife, you turned to your lover.
I was there for my husband. I stood by his side. I told him that he was everything I wanted. He was everything I needed, and that we would get through this together. But Eric wouldn't accept that. I didn't turn to Carter. Eric set us up.
Well, that's crazy talk, even coming from you.
Yeah, I know, but it's the truth. Eric insisted I be with Carter.
I couldn't have heard you right.
Quinn has my blessing to sleep with Carter. In fact, Katie, I encouraged it.
Eric.
Look, this isn't something that I ever would have imagined wanting a wife of mine to do. Not at all, but Quinn has needs that I can't fulfill, and Carter can. Her sex life doesn't have to be over just because mine is.
I wish I knew what to say.
Katie, they were both reluctant at first. They were.
Wow, this makes a lot of sense, everything that you've been saying, and And the fact that you're here alone so often because Quinn is with Carter?
I don't want any outrage or you being incensed about this to be expressed towards me or anybody else. I certainly don't want you to be angry with Quinn.
I won't. I won't. I would never, okay? But Eric, my heart is broken for you. This isn't love. Giving your wife to another man. Carter, my God, what is he thinking?
Don't blame him. Carter has feelings for Quinn, and I took advantage of that. I manipulated this whole thing.
You may say that this is what you want, but I know you. Having your wife in some other man's bed has got to be so devastating.
All right. This was hard, Katie. Thanks for listening to me, okay? And, I'm worn out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go upstairs, please. Don't be offended.
No, of course I'm not. Of course I'm not. Thank you for trusting me.
I'm loving this. Keep going. What's your end game?
She's telling the truth.
Come on, you know your father. You know how selfless he is. He didn't want the passionate side of my life to die. So this thing with me and Carter, it was his conception. Eric didn't just recommend it. He didn't just think about it. He pushed for it.
I don't believe you.
You are making up this ridiculous story because you don't want Ridge and me to go to Eric and confront him about this very personal issue because you want to continue your tawdry little affair.
You have just never been able to accept how deeply Eric loves me.
So what? This has nothing to do with that. He would never agree to this.
It was his idea.
Stop. Quinn will do or say anything to protect herself. You don't have to go along with her lies.
I'm not, Brooke. No one's lying here.
You know, how stupid would I be if I was? All you would have to do is go to Eric and ask him yourself. But that's the problem here, see? Because Eric didn't want anyone to know. He wanted us to keep this a secret. But you two? I had no other choice. I had no other choice to get you to be able to understand what's going on here, and you're the reason why we betrayed Eric.
God, for God's sake, stop lying! This is ridiculous! Eric would not do that. Eric would never do something so twisted and so sick. Sitting at home all alone while he knows that you are off sleeping with your lover. That is ridiculous, Quinn. That is wrong on every single level. I can't even believe you would say that. What is...
No. Let her go.
Whoa. The nerve of that woman.
Who?
Quinn! Who else? The things that she does and expects to get away with. I feel bad for Eric, I really do.
Well, you won't get any argument from me.
Rich and I just uncovered something. And it's going to hurt Eric. Now, I know you've been there for him. I'm just giving you fair warning, because I think he's really going to need your support after this.
Okay.
You know how we've had Justin keep an eye on Quinn.
Yeah, Ridge told me.
Well, he followed Quinn to Carter's. And they picked up right where they left off. She betrayed Eric all over again. And if that's not bad enough, in her sleeping with Carter, she actually looked us in the eye and said that it was Eric's idea, that he condoned it, that he manipulated Quinn and Carter to be together. Why are you so calm? I thought you'd be upset like I am.
Because unfortunately, for the first time in her life, I think Quinn is actually telling the truth.
What? Oh.
She's not lying. She's telling the truth about all of it.
Quinn? I'm surprised you're home so soon. I thought you'd still be with Carter.
I was, but something happened that you need to know about right away.
Oh, that sounds pretty ominous. What is it?
It's as bad as it gets.
What is it?
First, I want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry because I know how upsetting this is going to be to you.
You tell me what this is.
Ridge made some sort of a deal with Justin.
What, Spencer's lawyer?
Yes, him. Ridge sicked Justin on me. He followed me to Carter's loft and he found us together.
What? What?
No, it gets even worse. We sat there with Justin. We were begging him not to say a word. We actually even thought we got through to him, but clearly we didn't. He must have run straight to Ridge and told him everything, because who shows up next but Ridge and Brooke in their moral indignation? They confronted us. Eric, I am so sorry. We had no other choice but to tell them everything, why Carter and I were together again. And I'm so sorry because I know how much you wanted to keep this private. I did, but you know Ridge and Brooke when it comes to me.
Hey, you guys. Now, whatever she's telling you, don't believe her. I have a feeling she's trying to lie her way out of a pretty big hole right now. But I know the truth. Dad, I'm sorry, she's cheating on you again. With Carter.
Ridge,
No,
listen to me.
No, you listen to me. Enough with this. Please, you gotta toss her out. Look, she's been bad. She's always been a liar. But now, this is pathetic. She said it was you. You sent her to Carter, that you sanctioned the whole thing, and Dad, look at her. This is the best she's ever gonna be. She's only gonna get worse. And I can't sit back and watch her betray you over and over
It's
again.
not a betrayal. She's not lying to you. She's telling you the truth. I told her to be with Carter.